This video will cover a head gasket replacement on a 90s Volvo 240. This can be completed over a weekend. This video will speed through many of the initial items which will need to be removed. I will leave a link to my timing belt video which goes over them in some more detail. Start by removing the radiator fan shroud, fan clutch, accessory belts, and timing belt. Remove the spark plug wires and distributor cap and rotor. Drain the cooling system via the petcock on the passenger side of the block. Disconnect the coolant hoses from the head. It may be advisable to soak the manifold nuts in penetrating oil for a few days prior. Disconnect the 3 nuts securing the exhaust header to the manifold. Remove the preheater system on the side of the exhaust. Decide if you would like to remove the exhaust manifold or leave it on. If the former, do that now. Depending on the rust level, a torch or bolt grip may be necessary to remove the nuts. Identify, mark, and remove the injector electrical lines. Remove the ground wires and all remaining electrical wires attached to the intake manifold. Disconnect the PCV system and remaining vacuum hoses from the manifold. Disconnect the throttle and kickdown cable from the manifold. Disconnect the bracket securing the air idle control. Disconnect the fuel lines to the intake. And decide if you would like to remove the intake manifold or leave it on. If the former, do that now. Remove the camshaft cover. Remove the head bolts in the factory specified sequence so as to avoid head warpage. Then remove the head. FYI, if you did not fully drain the head of coolant, it will be everywhere at this point. Use a flat object and some sandpaper to clean the surface of the block. Alternate with some brake cleaner to get it nice and clean. Use a machinist straight edge and feeler gauge to check for a flat surface between the cylinders, diagonally, straight, and crosswise. It seems that the maximum warpage for the block should be no more than 0.002 inches, but leave a comment if there are exceptions. There's a slim chance that the block has warpage to begin with, and if you find that it is reading warped, it may be dirt or grime on the block, so you might need to clean it multiple times to get an accurate reading. For the head, you will follow the same procedure, but with a maximum lengthwise warpage of 0.04 inches and a crosswise warpage of 0.02 inches. Replacing the PCV system, being the oil separator box and associated hoses, will be easy at this time. Remove the exhaust and intake studs from the cylinder head and remove the studs from the bottom of the exhaust manifold. This may require a stud remover tool or the 2-nut method. Use the block and sandpaper combo to clean the gasket faces on the intake and exhaust manifolds, and then the same on the head side. A razor blade may also come in handy. Add new studs to the head and manifold. Clean the throttle body and replace the gasket on the intake manifold. Remove the spark plugs from the cylinder head. Loosen the camshaft caps in this factory specified method, then remove the caps. Lift the camshaft from the head. Once at a time, remove a valve shim and bucket. Remove the remains of the old rubber valve husher and replace with a brand new valve husher, and replace the shim and bucket. Once complete, replace your camshaft. In this case, I am replacing the original M camshaft with a VX camshaft from IPD. If using a new camshaft, apply some break-in assembly lube to the shaft. Make sure to set the camshaft to TDC being top dead center, with the front 2 lobes pointed obliquely outwards, front lobe towards the viewer's right and second lobe towards the viewer's left. Replace the bearing caps and tighten in sequence to 15 foot-pounds. Install a new plug on the back and seal on the front of the camshaft. Install new spark plugs. Decide if you would like to reattach the intake and exhaust manifolds now or when the head is on the block. Chase the head bolt threads in the block with a thread cleaning tool. This is an M12 by 1.75 from ARP. Spray some brake cleaner inside each of the head bolt holes and then blow compressed air in the hole to remove any remaining particles. Place your new head gasket on the engine block. Make sure all of the holes line up correctly and that the top of the gasket is facing upwards. Either an MLS, multi-layer steel, or composite gasket can be used. Gently place your head on top of the new gasket. The block has a couple of points which will hold the head in place so that it doesn't move around. If using ARP head studs, apply the ARP lubricant to the bottom of the studs. Hand tighten the studs into the holes. Apply additional lubricant to the washers and nuts and tighten in 3 equal stages to 90 foot-pounds. It is important to do this in 3 equal stages rather than 4 or 5, because the larger amount of smaller torquing sequences will result in inaccurate final readings, which in turn may cause a head gasket leak. If using regular, later model head bolts which feature a flanged head, add some lubricant and hand tighten into each hole, then tighten in sequence to 15 foot-pounds, then 45 foot-pounds, and then angle tighten to 90 degrees. If you remove the exhaust manifold, replace that now. Install new exhaust manifold gaskets and resecure the manifold to the head with new nuts. Adding some anti-seize may help future servicing. If you remove the intake manifold, put that back now. Install a new intake manifold gasket and then reseat the intake manifold with new nuts. Reconnect the injectors, cold start injector, PCV hoses, vacuum hoses, and ground wires, air idle control bracket and wires, fuel lines, throttle, and kickdown cables. Reconnect your camshaft gear and reinstall the timing belt. Check your valve clearances and replace the shims as needed. Then replace the camshaft cover gasket and the camshaft cover. Replace the coolant hoses, fan, shroud, spark plug cables, distributor, accessory belts, and anything else that was disconnected. Refill your cooling system. If you installed a new camshaft, you will need to break it in. The recommended procedure I could find for this is to turn the car on and rev it to 2000 RPM, varying different RPMs for 20 minutes and to not let the car idle in this time frame. After that, you're all done. Enjoy your Volvo 240.